All right, and we're live. Hi, everybody. We're only 18 minutes late today.
Woo!
It's usually only 8 to 10, but anyway, technical difficulties. We were supposed to have another storyteller, special guest on the panel this evening, and technical difficulties. So we have two of us here tonight. Let's start at the beginning. You are watching Storytime, and I am Susan Bachelder. I bring with you this special guest tonight by the name of Kurt Miller. Hey, Kurt.
Hello.
And Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 times a week. Actually, this week we had an extra one yesterday afternoon. Anyway, we bring to you Storytime. So I'm just going to give you a little bit about what Storytime is, and then we're going to hear from Kurt. Storytime, for as long as forever, actually, forever and ever. Stories are like, it's just a human need. It's what moves us into action. It's what inspires us to be better. It's what builds relationships. There's just so much that sharing stories does. And within the marketing industry, within the business industry, it works like a testimonial. It works to help us, help each one of us, and especially new people, really believe that it's possible for them. Each one of us has our very own unique story, and so it's really important for people that are in the business to share from all levels, like beginners who are just making their first success happen, to leaders that have done it for years and been successful for years. It's important for all of us from all walks of business and life, I guess, to share our stories so that you in the audience and you as a part of our team that are also in the audience can just relate with us. Somebody that hears my story might relate with me, and yet somebody who hears Kurt's story tonight might relate completely different to them, or you might take a piece from each story that is relatable and that either motivates you or inspires you. So that's why we're doing this. Kind of a side effect of it is it helps us all get to know each other, and there's something really cool that happens when you build relationships within a community and within a team, and that creates a stick-to-itiveness or a stickiness, maybe a sense of accountability, like you're not just in it by yourself. And on either the challenging days or the days that you just feel like you're building your business alone, you're really not, because you've already created kind of that bond, and you know a little bit about this and a little bit about that of each person. And it just creates more of a togetherness and a community. So there's lots of reasons why we're telling these stories, and lots of benefits, kind of side benefits, for sure. I guess the real reason why I insist on hosting these is when I first came online just 3 years ago, I honestly didn't know anything about marketing. I was a critical care registered nurse for 15 years, and those of you that have heard that part about me, you'll just keep on telling it, because I honestly didn't know anything about marketing, and I was also very shy. So being on video is still kind of different to me, even though I've done hundreds and hundreds of them. I still will get nervous sometimes just because it's uncomfortable. But I do that on purpose to help you realize that you can be shy and you can come into this industry and not be comfortable, but step out of that comfort zone. It's a huge part of my business now. Actually, it's how I make most of my money, is through connecting with people on video. So anyway, back to when I started. For the first year and a half, really, I didn't have any sort of sense of community or hadn't made that connection with people. So it's once I started connecting with people, either through video or just getting more comfortable building relationships, that I was actually able to step up and start really succeeding in business. So I just want to help everybody else do that. And I was actually just mentioning to Kurt before, while we were figuring out these technical difficulties trying to get Mary Beth on, I'm really good at helping people tell their story, but I've actually never told my whole story, so it's kind of funny. Anyway, with no further ado, Kurt, will you please share your story? Who is Kurt Miller?
Oh, okay. Hi. Uh, now that I'm on, I forgot what I was going to say already.
See, it happens, and that's okay.
Because I don't do camera either. We did this like 2 or 3 times now, but still I'm a virgin to camera as far as I'm concerned. And I started out working in the copper mines for a few years out in Arizona. And when I was in high school, I read books like this, kind of. That's not one of them, but that's kind of like one of them. It's bringing out the best in people, how to win friends, influence people, influence. And my favorite one was Think and Grow Rich, which my buddy has. And he should be on this, watching us right now. His name is Davey, and one of these days he'll be on this call. So, I went to high school, and I knew in high school I didn't want to go out and work a regular 9 to 5 job. And at that point in time, I figured I'd just be a guitar player and play in a band, and that would be the end of it. The thing is, I have stage fright, and I don't like talking in front of people. I don't like being on video. I don't like pictures. So after high school, I didn't even want to be in a band because, that's not for me. Not if I'll play in my room, but I'm not going to go out and play in public. So I got a job and another job. And I got tired of my jobs. I got bored. And I started messing around in drugs. Started hanging out with my friends and doing drugs and selling drugs. And that went on for many years out in Arizona. And I was first introduced to network marketing in '96. It was a telecommunications company. It went out in '99 or 2000. But that was my very first introduction, and I liked the idea. But back then, the internet wasn't around yet on a big scale. And it was literally, calling up your friends and family. So that wasn't for me. But it planted a seed right there. So years and years go by still, trying to stay out of trouble, getting into trouble. And around 2005, or 2004, I go to college for a year online. And I get a little tiny certificate. And during that time, it got me interested. I saw that there was stuff on the internet, because before that I wasn't online a whole lot. I was out, doing my thing. But what happened with me was I actually I went to Google and I typed in make money online. And the results that showed up were people's websites. And in the top 5, there was a lady there from England, and she was 66 years old. And she got me into her company. She had her own site. It was made on her own, talking about some products or whatever. And it led, of course, to her link in her company, her affiliate link. So we built a little thing, me and her, for several months. She showed me how to work the internet, how to promote something. But I learned that wasn't what I wanted. That particular company, that wasn't my thing. So a few months into that, maybe 4, 5, 6 months, I found another company. And although the company had already reached its peak, I fell in love with the owner and the way he operated things. So basically, I stuck with that company for since 2006 to 2011, and didn't make a dime, but I paid a monthly. I had all my friends and family paying a monthly because they believed in me. And I wasn't going to quit. You know, I saw all these other networkers on there in these other companies, and they were kind of laughing at me because they were making money and I wasn't. But this company had a vision, and it truly was to set people free. And most of those companies out there aren't. And so I rode with this company, and they went through different variations, different names, different models, and finally in 2011, they got it together, and they launched a new company. So from the early 2011, like January 14th, for about a year and a half, all that waiting I had done, you know, I finally got to see things come together. Like, this is real. Money is on the internet. It can be made. I'm glad I didn't. All those people that are laughing at me, you know, they're probably not laughing right now. So that lasted about a year and a half. And then the company closed up. But that 17 months, it shot me just into the 7-figure income. And since then, I've been looking for other companies that modeled that one, because everyone and their brother was trying to copy them for the last few years. No one got it right. And there's a way it could be done, but no one's doing it right. Maybe someday it'll happen. Forward up to now, a few months ago, I found something that I'm not into MLM, you know, like trying to sell stuff to people. I'm not into just. I look for things that are different. I like to ride waves. I like to look for potential and be there first before everyone else gets there. And with this company that we're in now, am I allowed to say? Yeah. Okay. In vacation, although it's a year or so old, maybe 14 months, I don't know. It's just begun, and I feel like the same way I felt back in 2011. Now, I've been there and done it. You know, like when I was getting in trouble back in the day. Now I don't have to worry about looking over my shoulder, because I know right here, right now, over the last 2 months, I've been at the right place at the right time. So now this is the part where I forget what I'm going to say.
Well, you led up to it, and you essentially have shared why. So what's going on in our community? How many people are joining every day, and why are we staying?
Okay, that's another thing that I like about this. All those other programs out there, pretty much every one of them. Like, I have 5,000 friends on Facebook. Okay. Pretty much every one of those friends that are networkers, which is almost all of them, they're all doing something. They're all in something. People are in multiple programs. And once you join a program, it's a matter of who else can I get into that program. And none of them really have a solution on how to make that happen. And it's the same thing with this company. This, on its own, Vacation is no different than all the others, except we're in a team that makes it to where if you come in and you do what the others are doing, you follow along, you'll build your business. And, you know, other people I talk to, they're every day I'm fending off people that trying to pitch me on, you know, this or that, and they have nothing to go by. Basically, they're just hoping that, you know, that they can build a relationship to where I want to join them or something. But they'll die off. They'll give up once they don't have, if they don't have their own daily routine and see how they're going to get somewhere, they're just going to give up anyways. That's why there's such a failure rate. I can't think of any more of an answer for that.
And why? What's different about what we're doing in our community? Like the training, we essentially have the daily actions, the core commitments, and all the training for whatever style of marketing people want. So there's support if people want to go belly to belly and do direct prospecting. There's Facebook prospecting training. There's paid advertising training. Essentially, all the training is free within our community. That's what makes it different.
Right, that's huge. You can't. I haven't been in a company that offered. Maybe the company itself has some training. Other companies, you know, they have some training somewhere.
Yeah.
But what we have in our little back offices, not the company back office, but our team back office, people would just come in, and we're leveraging our people. The bigger our team gets, the more leverage we have.
Yeah.
And I don't like to say the word, but the whiners and the complainers, you know, they just need to get in and do it, and not think about, you know, what time they have to put into it. They have to decide if their life is worth it or not, if they want to have that freedom or not. But as for me, you know, I'll do whatever it takes to get where I need to be. And to me, working at a 9 to 5 is worse than being in jail, because you can reach your freedom, but you're not. You know, now working a 9 to 5 itself is okay if you need to do that and get by. But working your job and then coming home and then not working on your life after that, that's you might as well be in jail then. So, you got your drink?
So it's almost like a false sense of freedom. So the people are working and working and working their jobs and just not getting to a level where they're maybe as hard as they're working. Whereas it's different in this business, the harder you work, the more you can achieve, and it's really limitless, the possibilities, if people consume the training and keep on leveling up and doing the work.
Yeah, and working on their own personal development.
Yeah.
I blame my personal development on that Think and Grow Rich. That I'm not sure how my life would have turned out if I hadn't read that book when I was 14. You know, I probably just would have. I purposely didn't go to college because I didn't want to set myself up for complacency. You know, it's either minimum wage part-time or, you know, where I should be. You know, no in-betweens. I'm not going to settle for less. And people have that mentality where they think that's holding yourself back. My criminal record isn't holding me back. It's making me need to do it. I'm gonna get there because of that. See?
It's all perspective, isn't it?
Right.
Right. I love that. Well, thank you very much for sharing your story and that insight. Really, I've only known you for a very short time, and I feel quite honored and privileged to have you, to be able to work with you. We've had a few masterminds with our own team, and it's just a great honor, and I look forward to where we're going to be taking both of our teams. We have two separate teams, but we happen to be in the same matrix, so we chose to work together, and that's really cool.
Yeah, I encourage everybody to get on these webinars. I'll get my own team people on here. This is the perfect platform. You know, we all have our own separate links.
Yeah.
With our team as big as it is, we should have a rotator to where people just want to get on here and scream, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And just for those of you watching, so these Storytime Hangouts are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 p.m. We're going to keep on bringing out stories and testimonials. And then we've also got, within the team, we've got team trainings. We've got our own team training, and then Todd does larger team training for the entire team. And then there's even larger team trainings for the bigger team beyond, like from Todd's sponsor, Justin. Then we also have prospect calls every day. So essentially, once you get in and get started, there's a multitude of ways that you can invite people, and essentially we explain the stories, the company, the training. We do all of that for you amongst all of us. So really all you have to do is invite people. That's how easy it is. Invite people by call, by email, private message on Facebook, face-to-face, however you want to invite people. Just invite people. We'll tell the stories. We'll do all the telling and selling for you. That sounds like a good deal, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to share some of your talent now with us, Kurt, in closing?
Want to hear a lick?
Yes.
If I can find my pick.
Please do. We have, and this will demonstrate the culture of the multitude of people that we have right here in our community. Kurt's going to show some of his massive talent.
I'll mess up though because I'm playing in public.
That's okay. It's not public. It's just me and you in the room. Remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Did you hear it?
Oh, you're not stopping already, are you? One more.
Okay, you want to hear it? I'll play the one you heard earlier.
Okay. Thank you. I can't wait to read everybody's comments. So,
I don't think we have anyone watching anymore. I think they gave up on us.
What's up?
I think they all walked away already.
No, actually, we've got live viewers. Quite a few of them, actually. So, anyway, for those of you watching, thank you for coming out. and staying all the way to the end. It is recorded, so if you, well, of course you liked what you heard, so invite people to come out and watch this story. There's a new story recorded, as I said, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Get back with the person that thought enough of you to invite you to this hangout. For the team members that are watching, thank you very much. Your feedback is definitely welcomed, and give me a shout when you are ready to come out and share your story. We do want to hear it. Absolutely. And I think that's it. Again, I'm Susan Bachelder. This is Kurt Miller. Do you have anything else to say in closing, Kurt?
I can't think of anything.
Awesome. Well, thank you. You did awesome. We'll have to do it again.
Next time we'll do it differently.
Yes, of course. Okay, good night, everybody.
See ya.